Tonight on the Fog Pod, Chris Host talks to Dr. Fog himself, Dr. Alex Oswald. Tonight, he'll be talking about his new book, How Fog May Be a Better Husband and Father. Of course, we have the Gareth Lincoln Orchestra. Tonight, a special performance from Cherry Host and the Fog Dancers. Show me Chris Host!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode. This is episode 2 of the Fog Pod, a show that brings people together. Here we discuss our foggiest memories, the moments that brought us together, to ourselves, to our families and friends. We are here about fog. Fog is here with us. I am joined today with a very special guest. Excuse me. I'm joined today with a lot of people in the fog community call him Dr. Fog. I'm not going to show him that disrespect. I am calling him by his real name. I, of course, am talking about the real deal, Dr. Alex Oswald. It's a pleasure to have Dr. Oswald. His new book, How Fog Has Made Me a Better Husband and Businessman, a human memoir. It is a great honor to have Dr. Oswald on the show. Hello, Dr. Oswald. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Okay.
And your name, sir?
Well, of course, I am your humble host, Chris. And Dr. Oswald, I have a variety of questions. These questions come from all over the world. These questions are from children, mostly children. This episode is brought to you by the Fog Machine XL39. This is a fog machine for all of your fog needs. I need you to be quiet for a second. The Fog Machine is the latest and greatest for teen dances. Trust the XL39 for all of your fog machine needs. Doctor, I have a lot of people over the world ask me questions. Is fog safe? Seems to be the big one.
Well, Chris, can you hear me?
Doctor, I can hear you. You're coming in loud and clear. Thanks again for taking the time. I know that it ain't easy getting away from your research. We will talk about what you have been learning against the wishes of the government. Jenny from Indonesia. When you talk to people from Indonesia, you know you're into something special. Fog, of course, is universal. Dr. Fog, is fog safe?
Chris, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Chris?
Doctor, you're coming in loud and clear.
I'm sorry. Yes, of course, fog is safe. Chris?
What? Doctor is... I'm thinking it may just be a problem with the question. So I'm going to ask this next question, and I think it's actually it really gets to the heart of it.
I think that question's absurd. Because what is safe?
A feeling of being relaxed, I guess.
By definition, but what technically is safe?
A lot of people wonder if fog is safe. We wanted to ask you that question because your book, How Fog Has Made Me a Better Husband and Businessman, it's unclear. It sounds like fog has been nothing but some sort of power that you have. However, I'm reading online on my 4chan files that fog is a real factor when it comes to traffic accidents, airplane accidents, creatures, I think, that live in fog. You have a very positive outlook on fog, but there are these problems. How do you find the balance when it comes to making fog work for you?
Well, I just want to first say those are excellent questions. Fog is completely lost on the majority of people when they consider, serious hazards that exist all around them. I appreciate you bringing a voice to that in a time like this where, no one really talks about it. They talk about all these other, concerns, which are probably legitimate in their own way. But I think that fog is also challenging in some contexts.
What context might those be, Doctor?
Well, I mean, you could take it in many directions. You could speak metaphorically, or you could speak literally. If we were to speak literally, I would say like it was dark out and the fog was already obstructing your like visual ability, then the darkness would also be like another layer of obstruction, and together the two could like make it difficult to see.
Right. Just like fog. It's like the London fog, or
But metaphorically speaking, I like it could be like a clarity that you've been seeking. I think you can interpret
okay.
it how
You know
you
what?
want.
You know what? I was afraid of having you on because of your controversial fog. Doctor, I don't. Do you have the internet on your in your laboratory?
Chris, can you hear me?
Doctor, can you have you used the internet before?
A couple times. I think most of us have at least spent a little bit of time on the internet.
Yeah.
See through the fog. Like, let's, yeah, that I think. Hold on.
We are getting calls all over the world. People are lighting up over this interview with you. They are. It seems to be capturing the imagination of a nation, our nation of white people. Why are clouds not called fog clusters? Jeremy, thank you. I feel like it has to do with some sort of like big weather and clouds, just clouds, one syllable, clouds, maybe two phonemes. Cloud, cloud, clouds. How so doctor, 69% of crime is fog related. We all know, why are criminals so dangerous? If 69% of crime is fog related, Jeremy, uh, what do you say to people who don't believe in fog? Doctor, what do you say to people who don't believe in fog?
I'd say you've got to look around you and realize that, if you have a hard time seeing, through the air, it's probably because it's foggy out there.
Mhm. Absolutely. Candy underscore 473 underscore 420 says, if you breathe in fog, is it true that it never leaves your body? Ooh, good question, Candy. Thank you. Doctor, I think
That's
basically we've hit the nerve here. We've hit the nerve center of all of our, curiosities. Does fog ever leave the body once you breathe it in?
Was it ever not there to begin with? I mean,
Um,
obviously.
Greg underscore Demon Slayer says, why are people only talking about Mist? I think he might be talking about the old video game. I'm not sure. I guess there's no real fog video game.
No, the mist is that actually has origins in the Asian culture in terms of well,
Facts.
not only the Asian, but also the South American. I'm not just there either, but there's like an entire group of people in
Mhm.
different areas who basically believe in that. So
That's amazing information. And this is breaking news, guys. We are talking today with Dr. Alex Oswald. Doctor, as we know, 2024 has had more fog than any other year in human history. Is that cause for celebration or concern? I told my
from
that question comes from my child, Graph again. I said
your your
I'm gonna
personal
have to.
child.
He's an internet child. Grathigan is a beautiful little boy, and he asked me that question. I said, I'm just going to have to wait and talk to the doctor, Dr. Oswald. 2024 has had more fog than any other year in human history. Is this cause for celebration or concern or love?
My answer to that is 0.
Okay. Doctor, this interview is breaking ground, fog ground. A rare opportunity to get real about fog. You know what? Call me crazy. I love fog, but I hate mist. Um, are there creatures in fog? Would you say? Hard to say because you can't see them necessarily. But I saw a movie, The Mist, and there was creatures in the mist. I have to imagine that in the fog there are beings, crab-like beings. I was driving to work. I thought I saw a crab creature flying through the fog. Have you ever had an experience like that, Doctor?
I don't want to be rude, but it's like comparing apples and something else.
Mm-hmm. Right. You know what? I think we've answered all the questions. What's the best way to say no to fog?
I think if I were to say no to fog, I would try to shut my eyes.
Mm-hmm. I will recommend that as well. Guys, driving is tough enough, especially with fog. A lot of accidents happen with fog. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, see what happens. There's so much to talk about fog. Obviously, this is why we've created the Fog, the Fog Pod. And we are back intermittently and sporadically. Join us sporadically and intermittently next time when we will be joined by Professor Hopkins from the University of North Carolina. He'll be talking about his research on fog and the top 5 fog facts the Illuminati does not want you to know. Doctor, is there anything that people should know about fog that may not be, getting viral?
It's funny you say that, Chris. It's actually what you're doing right here. It's giving people essentially a voice to the fog, a chance to express their experiences, their ideas.
How much money do
Thank
I
you.
owe? Well, thank you. How much money do I owe you for this time of yours?
Well, we can just round up the time and the price, and we'll come to
I know
$87.
Well, if that's what we owe you, then you must think that is fair. I will
It's more than
disagree.
fair.
I will